Picasso. Now this is a 7-seater MPV which actually looks pretty cool. I really like this front end design treatment here and the way that you've got the LED daytime running lights above the normal headlights, a bit like eyebrows above an eye. But many other cars actually have that the other way around, which when you think about the layout of the human face, well it just looks a little bit odd. This is a super stylish car, you know, a family car which you can be proud to own. This thing continues on the inside. Now, I really like the interior design of this Picasso. So you've got this swooping dash, it's got this two-tone effect, and it's all very minimalist because most of the car's controls are actually done through the touchscreen, and the quality in your eye line is pretty good, though when you do feel a bit lower down, some of the plastics are a touch scratchy, but then it's actually quite a good value car. And the trim to go for is the exclusive model, so it gets stuff like this big digital display which the kids can see from the back, so they like that. And you also have things like front parking sensors, a reversing camera, climate control and satellite navigation. Now, to be brutally honest, Citroen sat-nav isn't that great, and if you click in the top right corner of the screen on the card, you can see our full review of it and have another look around this car's cabin, and you'll notice that, well, cubby spaces are a bit hit and miss for an MPV. So there are some clever storage solutions like there and some big storage area down here, but then the glove box, it's tiny, you can barely hold the car's manual, and the door bins aren't quite as big in the front nor the back as you'd expect on a car like this. Speaking of abilities to carry stuff, in other ways, the Picasso is absolutely huge. If you fold down all the seats, it's as big as a van. You can move house using this car. I mean, look at that. You've got a nice flat load bay, there's no load lip to lift stuff over, and the load height is quite low, so it's easy to lift things into the back. Now, if you want to carry some people, you have to then fold up these chairs, and well, it's a bit of a faff. You've got to fold these back over. It's not the most elegant system in the world. Push these back, got the seats in place now, and as you can see, there's still an absolutely massive boot there. You can carry people and lots of stuff. You want to turn it into the 7-seater, you have to fold this. This car, it's like a game of origami, really. Put these seats up, put them back down, and that's the boot you're left with. So not particularly big, you can't carry 7 people and their things. Though to be fair, the space you've got here is actually slightly bigger than on its main rivals. But yeah, okay. So what's it like for carrying people rather than stuff? Well, getting into the back is reasonably easy. You fold the seat forward and that base flips up, which, while this gives you a good way to get into the back, it's not the most elegant system, I don't think, because when you pull it back down, you then have to snap it back into place. Now I'm going to shift this out of the way so you can see what the heck is going on back here. Oh gosh, I tell you, these seats can be a right old pain. Now, with me in the back seat, you can probably see, well, I haven't got much headroom at all. Adults aren't going to like it back here, even though legroom is actually all right. Another interesting thing is the person on this side has a cup holder, but, well, the person here doesn't, so poor them, hey? Now I'm going to get into the middle seat. Ooh, right, work my way round. This is probably the one of the most awkward reviews I've done, actually. Let me get this seat back. I really don't like the seating system that much in this car. It's a bit confusing, but I can't fault these seats themselves in the middle row because they are the same size. They're not in many of this car's rivals, so that's a really nice touch. And they're reasonably comfy. You've got a flat floor there, and the thing is, if you get the middle seat, you've got this space here, you can actually stretch out a little bit more. I do like that. Obviously, you can slide these chairs. You can recline them if I can find the lever. There we go. And on the whole, they're good. You do seem to sit quite low in this car, so your knees feel quite high, which does get a bit of a pain on a long journey. You can get the car with these tables, picnic tables. They are pretty sturdy, and you have a little reading light there as well. Need to point this out as well. Each of these seats actually has ISOFIX fittings for a baby seat. Now, if you want to see how easy it is to fit a baby seat in this car, just click in the top right-hand corner of the screen on the card. You'll also be able to see what it's like for carrying people. So you've got people in each of the rows of this car and across this middle row to see if it's going to be practical enough for you and your family. And we've also got an in-depth review of how much stuff you can pack into this car's boot.
There's plenty of other things to like about the C4 Grand Picasso. Here's 5 more.
A little security mirror lets you see what all the fuss is about in the back seats. The 3D effect lights are the stuff of concept cars, not supposedly practical people carriers. You can get the car with a removable central cubby because pourquoi pas? Massage seats are available and there's car support for those who really want to travel in first class. With the glass roof you can see the stars at night and the blind actually retracts pretty quickly.
However, not everything about this car is great.
You can't get curtain airbags which extend all the way to the rearmost seats. Oh well, you've still got 3 of the children as backup. You can only operate the climate control through this rather clunky touchscreen. I prefer a knob. The cup holders are so close together that when you're trying to remove your coffee, this happens. Whoopsie. The definition of the reversing camera is so poor that the image looks like an abstract painting. There's no clever place to store the parcel shelf with all the seats in place, so yeah, I'll just leave it there.
But is all this forgiven when you hit the road?
Well, that all depends. You see, in isolation, most people will be more than happy with this car's ride handling and sound insulation. But when you compare it to the new Volkswagen Touran, well, it's not quite as comfy, quiet, or as precise to drive. So, little tip for you, if you want one of these Citroens, just don't road test the Touran, because then you'll be none the wiser, and those Touran drivers will be all too aware that their car looks really boring next to your funky Citroen. One of the great things about this car is the visibility. So according to Citroen, there's almost 6 meters squared of glass in here. And that doesn't include this optional panoramic sunroof. It does include this though, the huge windscreen. That's lovely. Now you should have a good look around this car's cabin yourself by clicking in the top right hand corner of the screen on the car to watch our 360-degree video. And make sure you're watching on mobile, because then you can move your phone around to have a good look round for yourself. And it's a bit like you're sat here driving with me. As for engines, well, for most people, the 1.6 litre diesel with 120 horsepower will be the best choice in the range because it's more than fast enough and it gives good economy. According to Citroen, 74 miles per gallon. Now, this car's got the 2 litre diesel. I just don't think it's as good because it's not really that much quicker. It feels a little bit rough and economy is about 10 miles per gallon down at 64 miles per gallon. Though in reality, if I look at the trip computer, I'm actually only doing 44 miles per gallon. So then, overall, what do I think of the Citroen Grand C4 Picasso? Well, the rearmost headroom is just a little bit too tight for adults, and that seating mechanism, just a bit of a faff. But this is a great looking 7-seater MPV, and, well, it's absolutely cavernous. Now, if you click up there, you can get more information and find out the best deal you can get on a Citroen Grand C4 Picasso at carwow.co.uk. Thanks for watching. If you click over there, you can watch our group test video between the Citroen Grand C4 Picasso, the new Volkswagen Touran and the Kia Carens. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it and subscribe to our channel. Now, did you spot the Easter egg in the video? It was the self-portrait of Pablo Picasso.